I took home 16 women last month in New York City. I am not telling you this to brag. I'm telling you because the 5 lessons that I learned will change the way that you see dating forever. The first is that you're probably using the wrong tool to meet women. I spent a month in New York City with just one goal: to max out my dating life. In other words, to get as many hot chicks as humanly possible. So I learned a few things that I wish I'd known earlier. The first is that a good Hinge profile will get you actually more volume of attractive women quicker than a good cold approach will. But a good cold approach will always get you higher quality than a good Hinge. The reason this took me such a long time to learn is that everyone is going to tell you to get on the apps, it's easier. But the truth is that the 9s and the 10s and the girls that are truly high quality are simply not on the dating apps. They don't need to be at all. But if you can take some good photos, create a good dating app profile, create a good Hinge, you're going to have the time of your life. Girls are self-selected as single on the dating apps. So, and the fact that they've also already expressed strong interest just by matching with you pretty much makes Hinge or Bumble or Tinder like shooting fish in a barrel. However, the ones who are on the apps are getting tons of attention from lots of different guys. They're getting so much attention and dopamine from constantly shopping for different dudes that they can't be bothered to actually connect. It's sort of like a slot machine, but a chance encounter on the street, a real conversation at a coffee shop, that is something that can blossom into a relationship, and it's a story worth telling. People value uniqueness and novelty. Dating apps do not offer that. The second lesson is that pulling girls home is actually easy. It's not this big scary thing. It's a foregone conclusion that you craft from the moment that you guys meet on the date. I used to think I had to convince a girl to come home with me. I used to think that I was the seller, but the epiphany that I had was that I'm actually the prize. She wants to come home with me. I'm not begging. It's just the natural next step. Not asking, you're leading instead. Make her feel like it's normal and she'll be along for the ride. The third lesson is something most guys simply don't get. Girls are desperately horny and they love sex. In fact, sex can feel even better to women. They have double the nerve endings. But they aren't allowed to be aggressive about the fact that they do want sex, or else society will deem them a slut. So they have to be passive. They have to wait for you to be the man and move things forward. They're literally waiting for you to have the balls to escalate. So when you realize she wants it pretty much as bad as you, if not more, you'll act accordingly and give her what she wants. The fourth lesson is that abundance literally equals confidence. People who have more options care less about any one of their options. Let's say if you have 30 job offers or like 10 different cars to drive, you're pretty much on top of the world. You can do whatever you want because any one of them means less. Same thing applies to women. Say you have 30 girls, 30 attractive women, all just blowing up your phone, begging you to hang out. You are just the man, plain and simple. So stop being needy, stop caring if any one girl flakes. You'll have options, and I guarantee you'll feel like the prize because you are. The fifth and final lesson is that success breeds success. You have to fight for your first win though. Whether it's your first job, your first sale, or your first date after a breakup, the first is always going to be the hardest. So you have to fight for it. But after that, things will start lining up. Once you get that first win, the winner effect takes over. Your brain literally starts rewiring itself. You start expecting to win, and that expectation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Getting that first lay after a dry spell is the hardest part. But after that, it's pretty much a snowball effect. So to recap, the 5 lessons: use cold approach for quality, not just volume. Make pulling home a foregone conclusion, make it natural, make it easy. Understand that she needs you to lead. As a woman, she needs you to. Build abundance to create real confidence, and fight for your first win. It might be hard at first, but once you get that first win, the rest is going to come easy. By the way, I'm helping 2 guys absolutely crush it with women on my one-to-one coaching program where you can work with me personally. It's going to fill up fast, especially for the new year. So hit the link below and apply now. Thank you for watching.